What's going on in the world today? What's up, guys?
How you
How you
doing?
doing? Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. What's up? We'll go ahead and share this in the Inside Sales group and some of our other groups. Give everybody a few minutes to get synced in here. Here with a bunch of rock stars, icon agents. Some of these guys have hit icon a status back to back. I'm going to highlight some of our icon agents over the next couple of weeks. It's amazing what they've been able to do to be awarded their cap back. Want to chat with them on how they did it. Each one of these gentlemen have done it a little different. And so I want to just dig into their stories a little bit, what it really took for them to hit icon status to be awarded their cap back. But let me go ahead and share this to a few groups here that we're part of. What's up, guys? Welcome. We're gonna rock out for a few minutes here. Share to a group. All right, so I shared it in there. Guys, if you're rocking with us, hit that watch party button. Let's go ahead and hit that watch party, kick this bad boy off. So I'm pretty excited, guys. I've just moved into part of a $1 million building that we rehabbed to move our Wichita team in. So you guys will see some video of that here soon. Going to be creating a touch and go space as a network here in Wichita starts building. Pretty pumped up. We onboarded 75 new agents just in the last 30 days, guys. That's like crazy to me. It took 9-10 years to build an organization of 70 to 90 people, multiple markets with 5 different offices. So it's pretty excited to be able to work with talent that's on this call, from Chris to Clarence, the first guy that ever hit the join button with EXP with me, to believe and see the vision. So thank you, Clarence, to working with Andrew, and just had a baby and in the middle of building a house. So I appreciate you taking a little bit of time with us today to tell us your story and how you hit icon status without a big team and really without a big database, if you will. And so it's pretty inspiring that what you've been able to do. I really want to let's just start off with you, Andrew. How'd you come in contact with myself? EXP, what's your experience look like? And then, how did you hit icon status this year without having a huge team or a huge database or, anything like that? Help us understand your process.
So I kind of came across you on accident.
On accident,
if you will. I mean, I was kind of part of a boutique. I started at Keller Williams on a team.
Yeah.
It wasn't for me. I went to a smaller boutique type firm, and he eventually the guy I was working with, he wanted to go to EXP, and that's kind of how I met you. That deal kind of fell apart, so I joined EXP.
Right.
Obviously I'm glad it happened. It was a good accident.
Well, I mean, tell us a little bit more about that, because I always say, if you follow my post, who you work with matters, right? Like EXP is just a little Intel chip that powers our business. So, I mean, who you partner with, who you're in financial alignment with, who you're building with matters. Leadership matters. And so, help me understand, or the audience, what that really meant to you at the time in terms of leadership, the model you're working in, and then, what you've experienced with EXP to become an icon agent.
You mean with my previous firm or my current firm?
Well, with the guy you were working with before, and just the lack of leadership, and how you kind of fumbled in my lap because the deal wasn't to get done with you; it was to get done with another person, and then you ended up being a frontliner for me, right?
Yeah. So I mean, I guess in my past firm, there just wasn't there wasn't, and I was probably still, relatively new when I started with them. Probably a year and a half into real estate, and so I was pretty green still. I probably had 30 deals under my belt, and just still needed that training and that guidance, some direction, and we got a little bit of that, but at the end of the day, it wasn't really just what I was looking for.
Right.
And luckily, was introduced to you through him, and you really kind of helped me understand the importance of systems and training, and just a lot of different things like that. And so, when I got with EXP, just being surrounded by people in our network, like the Jamies and Tierneys and the Clarences and Chris and I have had, conversations, just kind of bouncing ideas off of other people and them
Right.
being willing to help and give information. And, because we're not really in competing markets, so everybody's pretty happy to help,
Right. Well, I mean, every single one of you guys are frontliners to myself, and that's what I love is the cross pollination of support and help, and just the culture that we've built in the network and amongst the line. So, I appreciate hearing that feedback. And when I look at when I look at you, you don't have any agents working under you like a traditional team or icon agent, right? You're just a standalone independent agent, right?
Yep.
Okay. You were focused on selling more houses, and like what was your process like to be able to hit icon status? Like I know you just hit it a couple of months ago, but like where are you finding your buyers? Where are you finding your sellers? Where some of your weak points to be able to build upon being an icon agent in the future. But help us understand how you went from just this independent agent, working in a little boutique, majority of your stuff just SOI and stuff like that, to hit icon status.
So I mean, it's still a lot of SOI. I mean, it's obviously I buy leads. I pay for some leads, some internet leads, but I'm also part of a networking group here in town. It's called BNI. I'm sure a lot of people have heard of BNI.
Right.
So I get, I got partnered with a great lender, and they send me work, and my networking group sends me work, and I don't do a whole lot of advertising. So I mean, really, it's just about this. I think if you want to be an icon, it's about, and you're in my situation, it's about hustling. It's about follow up. It's about just you got to work hard. And
right. Right.
That's just what I do.
So. Yeah, man, I love it. Obviously, one of my core values is hard work. And a lot of people say work smarter, not harder. I believe in working harder and working smarter to really operate at that max capacity. So yeah, I mean, you're running a good business. Word of mouth is the most powerful form of marketing, and if you have good character and you're doing good business and treating people right, other people are going to refer you. So you're running a big referral business to be able to hit icon status.
Right,
sounds
exactly.
Right. Okay. Yep. So now, before, I met you, that was the majority of your business and you're doing well. Obviously, working in 100% model, being awarded your cap back to you in the form of stock, building equity and ownership, and all that fun stuff. It's pretty exciting. And I know that now you're getting into the attraction piece a little bit. I know I speak with a team leader with you, or you've been working on one, right? So Friday, I think we speak with this.
You're meeting with one tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow. So it's pretty exciting that you're being awarded your cap back, working in a 100% model. Now we're going to move into thinking more like an owner and how to attract other people to get in financial alignment to help them. What I like that is pretty big opportunity for you is, I don't think if you're building a database that you can really predict your business long term. And so having KV Core, right? You didn't have a CRM before, wasn't spending a lot of money on Boomtown, Commissions Inc., FirePoint. So now for you to have KV Core for free, part of your tech package, and you're already doing all this word of mouth stuff. Just imagine if you run that same type of good, clean business by generating and nurturing some internet leads, and then getting that much more word of mouth and referrals from the life cycle of those leads, right?
Right. Yeah.
You might be able to duplicate that process by starting to hire some people or bring some other people in the network as well, right?
Yeah, and I'm using KV Core as a follow-up tool right now, and Sonny kind of got me hooked up on that. We're doing kind of in-network training with KV Core.
Right.
It does a good job of following up. I think, one of the things that kind of slowed me on the recruiting was I felt like I really needed to understand how EXP worked.
Right.
before I could try to,
Right.
I mean, you want to be able to sell the model because it's a great model to be in, not just because you want revenue share. And it's easy for me to now go to people and say, hey, look, this is honestly like probably the best model out there,
Mhm.
you know, just based off of everything that's provided us as agents.
Right. Well, obviously, you didn't come here to, a lot of people think EXP is just about recruiting and all. They don't sell any homes. If you actually understood the math behind the curtain, there's only about 5% that are actually, building, building the network, building the brokerage, building traditional teams. But the real heroes are independent single agents like yourself that are, selling a bunch of homes, running a good business, and in turn being awarded with stock and ownership in this company for longevity and a retirement plan and exit strategy. So
Yep.
I appreciate you, man. And as you hang around, all these other badasses in the network, you're going to be able to, you're going to just, it'll just rub off on you. You'll start building as well, whether it's a team, the modern team, the network, selling more houses, and all that stuff. So I love it. Now, Clarence, I want to kind of move on to you. Like, you're cut from a different cloth in terms of how you hit icon status versus the way Andrew hit it, right? He hit it through a lot of referrals, word of mouth, being an independent agent. He just came here to sell more houses, and Beat showed a different way to actually build. Once he's ready to build. However, you already was running a pretty big producing team and was an internet marketing guy and building databases. When you left Keller Williams and partnered with me, you were the first person to hit the join button. You were the first brick and mortar there in Birmingham, the first one that I had partnered with me. So, I got a lot of respect for you for seeing the vision and gambling with me, because I don't think anybody's ever moved their business as fast as you have, brother. Like, you're like bada bing, bada boom, up and move the office before I talk to you again. So you just do it, man. Like, I love action takers. I love no nonsense. But help me understand, like, because I think this is your second time hitting icon status. Am I correct? So, right. Like, when you hit icon status last year, stock was what, $5?
Yeah, about 6 and some change.
6 and some change. So that $36,000 that you were awarded back to you is probably closer, or that $16,000 that was awarded back to you is probably closer to what, 30, 28,000, 29,000?
Yeah, it went up. I think I trended around a little over 8 and some change, 9. Where is that now?
Right. So your cap last year that you were awarded back is almost doubled.
Oh, 100%.
I'm no stock expert, but with the volume, the talent, and Canada on fire right now, the UK and Australia just opened up. So with the production and units and the ballers coming, it's safe to say that stock's probably going to keep going up. So now you just hit it again for your second time. What's been your experience? How did you hit it? What's it like working with me? And then maybe with the network, like just how can other people achieve what you've done?
No doubt. So it's definitely important about who you're in business with. Most definitely. Can y'all hear me clearly?
Yep.
All right. So cool.
Yes.
Yeah. So and in addition to that, just to add, we've also been acquiring the stock each time we close a transaction for the put 20% below. So
what do you mean by that? Help the audience understand what that means.
So by being a partner in partnership with EXP as owners, we're able to purchase stocks for 5% of stock for 20% below what it traded for. In a period of time. So we've been acquiring it since day one. Every transaction we do, we take 5% and we acquire more stock and to let it continue to compound, in addition to what we've already been awarded for other things outside of the icon status as well.
Right. No, I love that, dude. I think everyone, if you believe in the company, you believe in what we're building, and you believe in the future of a single agent owned worldwide brokerage, we roll up to 5% of our GCI. Purchase at a 20% discount for what it was trading at the last day of the previous month. So yeah, without a doubt, like when we look at the stock, when I joined stock, I've only been with the company 18 months. Right. So when I joined, the stock wasn't even on NASDAQ yet. It was like $3 or something like that. Right. And so 18 months later, for it to be, in between 8 to 9, bucks, I'm not looking at the short-term snapshot of what the stock's doing. We're playing the long game here. And so it's a great way to build equity and ownership in a company to really patent that exit strategy, not just with RevShare, but with other pillars that this business has to offer, through the stock awards. So good job with that, man. So I love that. Where do you generate your leads? Like, help us understand the makeup of your team, maybe what your modern network in the team looks like, how big that is. How did you hit icon status? Like, what kind of advice, after you kind of give us, the makeup or the structure of what it looks like, how can other people do exactly what you did to make this 100% model by partnering with us?
No doubt. So of course, like Andrew was saying too, is about the environment of your hustle. And so it's definitely fun what we do. We enjoy what we do, but we work a lot of internet. So we do internet, and we also work sphere of influence.
Right.
So I have a lot of past clients. I think this is my 12th year in the business. So I have a lot of clients now that are at the phase of reselling their property. So we do a great job, like staying in contact, calling clients, happy birthday, growing life with them. Mm-hmm. So those are our two biggest things that we focus on. I have a great team. We originally came over, I think, with about 8 or 9 people when we moved over in that one move. And so it was quick, like Adam said. I mean, we had a phone call. One of my agents was reaching out to Adam for coaching on how to convert internet leads at a higher level. And so he had been following Adam, and he set us up a meeting. It's like, hey, I want me and Adam to get on a conference call. And from that day, Adam's like, look, it must be your lucky day, because I ain't coaching no more, and I got a deal. I'm gonna work out with you, but I'm about to make a power move. I'm about to make a major move, right. And I want to kind of tell you what I'm about to do. And so my wife, we watched the video, and it was my wife, to be honest with you, Ebony Graham. We're an icon team, and she was like, "This is it." She was like, "This is the future of where I see this thing going." And we hit the button and moved, and that was it.
Yeah, man. So I love it. When you moved your team over, though, you didn't partner with me to, recruit a bunch of people, because we don't recruit. We're building good, healthy businesses, and we're attracting people to show them how to hit icon status, build traditional teams, build networks, whatever. But like, you really didn't even start attracting your first year. Like, you came to me to help you build what? Your team.
Business. More sales. Just
your team. So we came in, helped organize the operations side of your business, get the tracking, hopefully get a budget and all these different things in order, so you can, understand what decisions you're making to affect your team, or, or whatever, in terms of growth and scaling. And, the going into the second year, I think you probably started tracking, right? It was about year 2. So year 2. So
a year and some change.
Yeah. So how big is your network right now?
I think I checked probably about 3-4 weeks ago. We were up to close to about 72, 73 people.
73 people, man. Like, you came with 9 people just 2 years ago. You wasn't focused on expansion. We were focused on building your team, the operations side of it, and all that stuff. And then finally a light bulb went off, and you're like, wow, there's a new modern way to build a team, to get in financial alignment and triangulate with more like-minded people without them having to come on the team. So you guys can still learn together, think together, and create together. And so you have a network of 73 people. That is amazing, dude. Congratulations. Everybody give Clarence a heart, a thumbs up, man. That's amazing. Throw them X's up.
You know it.
Yeah, man.
But like Andrew was saying, it was really, the focus was making sure that the people we were in business with, that they were growing and making money. And it wasn't about just coming in trying to get a bunch of RevShare, and that's all it was about. It was about really putting everybody in a position that we all can win and benefit, Because most of the time when you're running an independent brokerage, which I'm not discounting any of that, because all models work for whoever that works, what works for them. But what I found, if I had went completely independent at that time, only I would have benefited. I couldn't really put my agents in positions that they can share the opportunity and gain residuals and gain stock options and those things just like I can. And so most of the time when you own an independent broker, the broker or the owner of the brokerage is the only one who really financially benefits. And the other agents can't share in equity and ownership of that brokerage most of the time. And so we felt like, hey, this is a great opportunity that everybody can win, whether it be, if they don't want to recruit, they can still buy stocks and start setting up retirement for themselves.
Right. This was one of the reasons I pivoted, to EXP. I was 11th in the nation. When we came here, the independent model works for a few people at the top, right? but it doesn't really work for all your agents. And once they hit a certain level of skill set or whatever, you're always training your people to leave you every 18 to 24 months. You might be able to keep some of your veterans around a little longer, but if you have some very ambitious up and coming people, they're going to want to risk some of their own money to make money, right? And so this model, just allows you to provide more opportunity when they're ready to capitalize on that opportunity, right?
Right.
So once you become an Icon agent, now you can start to show other people how to start to build these mini networks or mini traditional teams inside of your network so they can hit Icon status. Or like what Andrew and Chris have done, both of them are just solo independent agents that's been able to hit Icon status without building a team. But since they didn't already had a team when they partnered with me and joined me, I said, you guys need to start building the modern team the way I'm building out, because I believe that's what's going to be trending in the next 5 to 7 years. Like when we were building teams and ISAs and call centers 10 years ago, no one else was really doing it. Everybody's like, oh, that won't work. You can't have a resource center, a client care department. If you build a team, the customer's going to service, which all of that stuff was baloney and a myth, right? Like it actually serviced the client better and was more effective and efficient for agents in terms of time, money, and value and balance of life. But being able to build this modern network without huge investments and work with higher caliber people in terms of financial alignment is powerful. So that's pretty awesome, man. 2 years. Hit Icon status back to back. You got 73 people in your network, but like, what advice could you give? Like Andrew gave us, word of mouth is powerful. Staying in contact. You talked about that. Like, running client appreciation parties every 90 days is a great investment in terms of doing a barbecue or, optimizing it around, summer holidays or, winter holidays with inside, making it fun, having your vendors pitch in just so you can, keep mind share with them and keep adding value. Like the Raving Fans was big for us. Like picnic tables, margarita machines, chocolate fountains, tables, chairs, all that stuff. Like, if you came and rented, a bunch of tables and chairs for little Timothy's birthday party, and they bought a house from us 6 years ago, but still using our Raving Fans stuff inside of that lifetime membership. And, somebody comes to the birthday party, where'd you get all of this stuff? And they're like, oh, Select Homes, I bought a house from 6-7 years ago, whatever, right? And, oh, by the way, I need to sell a house. Like, I think I'll talk to them. You didn't spend any money on pay-per-click advertising, Facebook ads, Zillow, or any of that. And so good job with word of mouth with some of that stuff. But you're big with the internet stuff. Like, help me understand a majority of, like, the ratio of your sales. And what do you think your number one factor was for hitting Icon status?
So I would say quickly, the number one factor I believe is just really having great people that I get to work with. And I'm not just saying that as a being fun, like literally we have a core group of family that we do church, we care and we love. People are focused. It ain't about just the goal of making money or, which I know we're in business for that, but we do support each other. And we have a great team that we're in business with. So I think it's important to surround yourself with great people. Because I couldn't have really hit Icon the way I have and so quickly without having that, and that's highly important for me to continue to bring around great people and be in business with high level minded people and work with them. So
cool.
Come on, Ed.
Is Ebony there?
She just stuck her head in the door and then dropped back out.
Tell Ebony to come, man. I love her, man. She's
outside the door.
Hey,
get Ebony running.
She's live shy.
But yeah, so
cool. All right, guys. So if you guys got questions, all these guys right here, frontline people to myself. I personally sponsored these gentlemen. 2 of them are independent agents. They hit Icon status. Clarence has a team. Andrew told us how he did it through word of mouth, running a good business. Clarence outlined how he grew over the last couple of years. Before we move on to Chris, what is it like working with myself? As your sponsor, like what's it been like?
Oh man, I'll tell you. Oh, sorry. I tell you, man. To be honest with you, bro, I appreciate you, and I know I told you that several times, but yeah, I mean, you really do go over and beyond what you'll say for your commitments. I can call you 11 o'clock at night. I mean, you boots on. I give it to you 100%. So yeah. I love my brother, man. I mean, I can't speak enough of, like you said, just really how you want it sometimes better than we do with where we're going. And so I appreciate that.
Right.
Yeah, I'll echo Clarence there. I mean, like I said, it was just kind of a accident. You and I got hooked up at him, but
Right.
it's just been such a blessing to my business. Just learning, from your experience as a top 10 independent agent in the country or firm in the country, and your experience doing that to, it's like you said, everybody likes to think EXP is a recruiting thing, but I mean, I'm here to sell houses, and I think just your experience with that, and the people that you have put me in touch with who have that experience too has just been super helpful. Just something you're not going to get a lot of places.
Right. No, I appreciate that. So Andrew, with you, like wasn't going to get the deal done with you. I mean, I was introduced to you by a deal that fell apart because lack of leadership and execution. And I really thought just how everything panned out. I was like, oh, he won't make it, just because of how the situation went. So it's just funny how things work out. Like you're a great character guy. You're a stand-up guy. A lot. We believe in a lot of the same principles. And so for me to be able to help you get ramped up over this last year and a half, it's been an honor to be able to work with you. And I know you're going to build big with us because it's just going to rub off on you. And so I appreciate those words and all that stuff. Chris. So Chris was also one of the first people to hit the join button with me. Chris is out of Washington. He was, I let him tell his story, but I think this is your second time hitting the Icon Award as well.
Second time when I have the transaction that never seems to want to close here, hopefully Friday or Monday. Yes. So It would have been probably end of September, beginning of October, but it's a lingering transaction since June. So
you're $1 away.
Yeah, basically.
You're going to close that
$132
Anyways,
away.
Chris. I don't know if you had a phone call come in where you can hear us.
Can you hear me now?
We lost Chris. Alien.
Am I back?
I see you.
Oh, Chris. Okay. Well, he blacked out on my screen. So, all right. So since you're there, Chris, so, help us understand what your business looks like. Are you building a database? Are you doing sellers, buyers? You're obviously just an independent agent, not running a team, but help us understand how you hit Icon status and what your business looks like.
Probably have one of the more basic businesses. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Am I out there?
Yeah, we got you, Chris.
Okay.
I can't hear him.
Well,
you can't hear me?
Keep rolling, Chris. We got you.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyways, I got a pretty basic business. I go looking for problems and I try to solve them is really what it comes down to. So most people seem to have something they need to have solved. And so I'm trying to figure it out. If I can figure it out, I'm going to close the next transaction. So I'm a big believer in that. You make the money on the hard stuff, not the easy stuff. So anyways, I'm all over the board though when it comes to leads, internet, friends, so it's a hard one to explain. I've been going at it for a while. So when I came over, I thought, well, geez, I could get that stock. That's easy. So I switched out. I'd never stepped foot in an office in about 7 years, I'd imagine. So I figured, well, what the heck? I don't have to go to an office. This will be fun. So, and they're in my backyard. The funny part is I've never even paid much attention to them, and they're about 3 hours from me, the headquarters. So,
Adam, you got him yet or no?
No, I have no sound with Chris. I can't see him or hear him, but you guys can. So maybe you guys, what did he say? Maybe somebody else can help ask some.
I think Chris and I's model is kind of similar, in the way that we're going about business. Just being independent guys. He was just saying that, he pretty much echoed what I said, and then had never really heard of EXP and thought it'd be easy to get the stock once he did, and they're right in his backyard. So, just stuff along those lines.
I guess you should ask everybody else if they can hear me. If it's just Adam that can't.
I don't know why I can't hear you or see you, Chris. I can see Clarence and them. Okay, cool. Let me. I know you're generating some Zillow leads, and you have a few people in your network. How many people do you have in your network right now?
In my network,
you haven't focused on it. How many people do you?
No,
how many people?
I only have. I've just got a couple. I haven't really been trying to do it. So, I shut down an independent
I
that
can't
I
hear you
had.
guys. What's the answer? Clarence,
So-
give me-
I got you. I was going to echo him, so I'll echo him as he speaks. I'll kind of echo behind and
Yep.
ask the
Yeah.
question.
I guess the
Adam,
question is, is Adam the only one who can't hear me? Can anybody else hear
can
me?
you guys hear Chris, the audience?
Chris is asking the same question already to the audience. Is it just you or can everybody hear? So we're waiting on a few comments.
Okay.
We can hear you, Chris. So everybody else, thanks,
Yeah.
Paul.
That's
Okay,
all that
cool.
matters as long as the audience can hear
Okay.
him. I don't care.
Okay. So I'll start over. So I had an independent
So Clarence
office.
or
Hold tight,
Andrew,
Adam.
I'll kind of
Hold-
let you guys ask him the same questions. I'll let you guys roll with it. How big's the network?
Okay.
He's
I just
only
have
got
just a couple
A few
people in the
people.
network.
So
Yeah. I simply came over
cool
for the
part. You
stock.
never know when this thing can really explode for you. Chris didn't come here to build some huge network. He got that EXP hat he has on. He got it made for us for Christmas, and I know a few people's asked him about what EXP is, and he's had some conversations that way. Flipped some people to me, and I've helped them, make an educated, informed decision if this was a good fit or not. And they've joined. Chris had somebody. I'm not going to name the brokerage yet or their name because they're getting out of their deal right now. A pretty big group with about 200 agents out in his area. They kept trying to recruit him, and he was listening and building rapport and just vetting out that opportunity with them. And then he started planting seeds with her that this model will be better, and they would, and she could be doing so much better. He ended up flipping her to a conversation with how we're running Building an Empire systems and stuff like that. And we got her to EXP Con. She got to hang out with Brent, meet Willems, my sponsor, myself, got to have lunch with the president, got to have dinner with Glenn, the founder. And she's made a commitment to, get out of her franchise deals, similar to what I had to do to pivot and take my shot at this, to come and build and just a better model to be able to expand. So Chris is going to end up having hundreds of agents under him really quick here. So Chris is going to have to focus on, jumping in and building this new modern team to be able to maximize his rev share now. Right, Chris? Kind of forces your hand once you get.
It forces my hand, but I've always been very independent.
Get a deal like that done. So pretty exciting for you.
Yeah, I've just been an independent person. So I tell people I'm an introvert that can sell real estate. So I don't really go to parties looking for people. I've got 3 kids. I stay home with my family, work from home. I owned a small independent before. There's a hole in the wall. When we had an office, I never stepped foot in the office once, even when we got it. So for me, it was easy, and I only did it because it helps me stay home with my family and take care of my kids. So anybody wonders, can you have a family and stay home and be a father? I watch my children still, sell 50, 60 homes a year, somewhere in there.
What's up?
Depends. So anyways.
So good deal. So Chris was just telling you, Adam, what he does and the who he's working with and how he had an independent. So he was just explaining everything. So
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. All right, guys. So, Chris, any other final thoughts? I couldn't hear Chris the last part of this this little chat here. So, I apologize, Chris, that for some reason you went black on my screen and no audio. But for the most part, the audience could hear you. Hopefully, you're able to drop some value. Any other parting shots? I really appreciate working with you guys. I mean, I'm running into people at masterminds and on Zoom calls, and they're like, dude, you look good, you sound good. It's because I'm getting to work with awesome people like Clarence, Andrew, and Chris. Some of you guys are like, why has he got a jug of water? I got to drink a jug of water for my hard 75. I'm right around a month into this. But no, we're just genuinely having fun. And when I heard Glenn, or not Glenn, but Gene say we're making real estate fun again, I really thought it was off Trump and a spin from that campaign. But like, I really haven't ever had this much fun in real estate, and we've achieved a lot and done a lot of stuff at the highest level. But when I'm doing it with like-minded people, great talent, and be able to see independent agents like Chris and Andrew that don't have these big mega teams, being able to work in 100% model and to be able to have the upline support that they have to help them build the modern team once they're ready to start building it, to start to build some generational wealth and to work on this exit strategy. It's pretty amazing. And it inspires me to be able to serve you guys, work alongside you guys, work with you guys, because we're all parallel. So I'm thankful. Let's see if there's any questions here. If there's any questions for these icon agents, fire them away. I'll let these guys take some questions here. We'll probably follow it up again next week with a few other Icon agents. I've sponsored 22, 23 people, 19 active agents, and I think 12 or 13 of them are Icon agents. So we're selling a bunch of houses and we're just doing it. I guess if there's no other questions coming in, guys, I appreciate you guys' time today. And you guys are the true rock stars.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you having me.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
You guys have a good afternoon. I'll catch up
All
with
right,
you.
buddy. Yeah.
Let's do
Talk
it.
to you soon.
Just do
Thanks
it
a lot.
later.
Bye.